YouTube, it's your boy, the official Go Getter, man. I'm coming at you guys back with another video. I got this new microphone and I'm excited to use it, man. But before we hop into the video, I want you guys to like, comment, and subscribe, right? Share this video with anybody who needs to hear this. Follow me on all platforms, official Go Getter _ on Instagram, official Go Getter on TikTok, and right here, like I said, comment and subscribe. But with that being said, man, the topic we're going to hop in today is mastering the art of not caring what other people think, right? Because if you're somebody who wants to get to the next level, if you're somebody who wants to grow themselves, right, it takes courage to do so, for one, right? And then for two, you're going to have people that's going to talk behind your back. You have people who's going to try to talk you down and try to get you to not make those decisions that you want to make, but you can't listen to them, right? So with that being said, there's certain principles that you have to follow to master the art of not caring what people think. And once again, to get to the level you're trying to get to, you have to master being able to be confident on your own time, right? Only care about what yourself thinks, right? Because people are going to talk whether you are doing something, and people are going to talk if you're not doing nothing, right? People are going to hate no matter what and open their mouth no matter what. So you got to learn to live with that, and you got to learn how to not let it break you, but let it make you, right? So we're going to hop straight into the video. But the first thing that you need to do to master the art of not caring what other people think is to realize that what has happened has already happened, and what's going to happen will happen. Now, what does that mean exactly? What has happened has already happened, and anything that will happen will happen. What does that mean? Well, what it means to me is the fact that you can't control the outcome of the past, and you can't really control the outcome of the future, right? So anything that's meant to happen will happen, and you have to let it use it. You have to use it for you and not let it happen to you, right? So anything that happens to you, it happens for you, not happens to you. And you have to shift your mindset to that, right? Because if you're looking at the things that happened in the past and you're thinking that you're dwelling on it, right? If you're dwelling on the things that already happened, you're not using it for yourself. You're letting it happen to you, because why would you want to relive the same pain twice, right? So go ahead and realize that, like, you have to take the time and realize that anything that's happened in the past has happened for you, right? Anything that happens in the past, it will happen. It already happened. And anything that happens in the future is going to happen, whether you don't have any control over it. So all you have control over is how you react to it. So make sure that you build yourself up and build that mental fortitude up. Let those negative things happen to you so you can build your mental fortitude up, and then use those things for you and not let them be used against you. Number two, the second thing you need to do to master the art of not caring what people think is the fact that you need to trust yourself, right? You have to trust your instincts. You have to be comfortable in your own skin. Now, what does that look like, and how did I build myself up to be comfortable in my own skin? Anything that you're not good at, you have to take the time to make yourself be good at it, right? So something that I struggled with was communication issues, right? Social skills. I used to kind of be antisocial. I knew how to communicate, but it was the more so of the confidence and the comfortability of communicating to certain people. So something that made myself confident with my social skills is being able to look at myself in the mirror and speak, right? So you have to take the time out. I took the time out of my day to look myself in the mirror and speak and try to get my words out crispy and get my words out efficiently, right? And articulate myself in the right way. I would read books, I would watch videos. I started working out. All these things give you confidence. Yes, it sounds cliche that everybody is talking about these things nowadays, but I'm telling you, if you were to take the time to apply these things, reading a book, working out, building your spiritual relationship, going to work and building your finances, all those things, if you're gonna consciously build those things, it pays off in the long run as far as what it does to you internally, right? And confidence comes from internal, the work that you put in internally. And also another thing that gave me confidence, like I was just talking about, putting in the work, right? You get confidence from the work that you put in. So when you know that you've been to the gym, read that book, and you sacrifice certain hours to put towards yourself, it gives you a sense of confidence. When you walk through that room, nobody should be able to tell you anything, right? Like when I walk through the room, I'm not scared of no man. I'm not scared of no woman. I don't feel nobody but God, because at the end of the day, I know what I did and I know what I do, right? So I know when I walk through that room, you can't belittle me. You can't talk down on me, because I know at the end of the day, I put my work in. I put my push-ups in. I put my work in the gym in. I put my work in at work. I know what I did last night when I was reading those books and I was taking notes. You know what I mean? I know what I did when I was watching those videos and taking notes. And it's not like you use that to make that your personality, but no, you use that as confidence, because people are going to try to belittle you. People are going to try to make it seem like you're not nothing, right? People are going to try to make it seem like you're not nothing, and people are going to try to make it seem like they're above you, right? And some people will let that get to them, right? Some people walk through a room. When they walk in a room and they see all these people, they'll put their head down, but my head is up because I know who I am and I know what I do, right? And you have to have that sense of confidence and trust and belief in yourself, right? The word confidence comes from the word confide, right? So you have to understand that to confide, when you think of it, when you confide into a friend, you're trusting your friend with information, right? You're trusting your friend enough to confide in them. So to be confident is to be able to confide in yourself, is to be able to trust yourself, right? So if you can't trust yourself and you can't confide into yourself, then you're not going to be able to be comfortable in your own skin. But confide into yourself, be confident, and trust yourself so you can be comfortable in your own skin. Because like once again, I confide into myself, right? I tell myself I'm gonna go get that, I'm gonna put that work in the gym, and I end up doing it. I tell myself I'm gonna read that book, I'm gonna watch that video, and I end up doing it. I tell myself that I'm gonna get up and go to work all 5 days throughout the week, and I'm gonna save my money, whatever it is, and I end up doing it, right? Those things build up your confidence for yourself, and you're able to confide into yourself. Even something as far as, venting, right? Before you go out and vent to somebody else, right? Yeah, it's important and great to have a friend, but be able to vent to yourself. Be able to sit in the mirror and talk to yourself, or not even in the mirror. Be able to write your stuff down in the journal, and write to yourself and write your thoughts out. Put your thoughts on a paper, right? So you have to do all this. You have to do all those things, but all that comes down to is trusting yourself, right? And being able to be comfortable in your own skin, which is the second thing that you have to do in order to master the art of not caring what other people think. The third thing that you need to do, that I kind of already touched on, but I'm going to touch on it some more and emphasize it some more, is the fact that you need to be comfortable with being uncomfortable, bro. Like, plain and simple. You know what I'm saying? You have to put yourself in uncomfortable positions that you don't want to be in. And you got to understand that time's crunching, bro. Like, something that made me start making content, I promise you, I've already said this in several videos. I used to be afraid. Like, I'm telling you, like, even to post pictures on Instagram, I used to overthink it. I used to be self-conscious. I used to be wanting to look a certain way. All these things, bro, I used to be afraid. And what made me post that first video at the age of 19 is the fact that time was crunching, right? I always knew I wanted to be a content creator. I always knew that I wanted to start this, and I wanted to start later on when I had the money, when I felt like everything was in place as far as finances and people were able to look up to me and look at all the things that I had. But no, I wanted to document my journey, is where I realized, I get value out of showing you guys who I am right now and who I'm going to be 5 years from now, right? So I put myself in an uncomfortable position. I had my sister record that first video, and I put it on Instagram, and now I put it up for the whole world to see my personality for who I truly was. I wasn't going to start, I was going to stop living the facade that I was living in and start living my true life, because everybody has that life that they wanted to put in front of the world, a persona, because the world, they put certain things on us that are cool and not cool, right? So I wanted to be considered quote unquote cool by doing what everybody else was doing. But no, until I took the time to really be myself and do what I want to do, that was the coolest thing I could ever did. Because everybody that I felt like I wanted validation from, and everybody that I wanted to see me and all those things, right? The people that I thought were cool, they thought I was cool for doing me, right? And I was doing something completely opposite than them. But people are going to make, like, as long as you're being yourself and you find your lane and you run with it, it doesn't matter what the hell you're doing, bro. You could be a dude and you're selling, I don't even know. You might be selling backpacks, bro. But you're going so hard in selling backpacks that, people have to respect it because you're doing something for yourself. Like Wallow. Wallow was talking about, if you're a Sharpie man, you could be a Sharpie man, a highlighter man. Let's use that. I'm the highlighter man. If I wanted to sell highlighters and I did this for a whole year, if I were to go, let's say like 2 years, right? 2-3 years, because I stay consistent, I'm gonna see profit and see results in being the highlighter man, because I stayed consistent and because it was my own lane and I didn't look to anybody else's own lane. So whatever lane that you're in, stay consistent in it. Put yourself in uncomfortable positions to grow. And you have to understand that anything that you stay consistent in, no matter what it is you're gonna do, you're gonna see results in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could be the Sharpie man. I could be the highlighter man. Somebody could be out here selling lemonade. Then you have the person selling drugs. Then you have the person making content. Excuse me. Then you have the person making shoes. If they all just stay consistent, they're gonna see at least 100,000 in each one at some point in their lifetime, right? You just have to follow certain principles and stay consistent. So with that being said, you have to make yourself uncomfortable. You have to put yourself in uncomfortable positions to grow, right? Something I did that was uncomfortable besides the content is, like I said, I hopped on that flight to Atlanta and went to the Invest Fest. Bro, I think it was like 20,000 people, bro, and I'm the only person there, bro. I went there by myself from Seattle. I didn't tell nobody, bro. And that's not to boast my ego, but that's it. I'm telling you, that's something that I did that frightened me, right? The reason why I did it is because I was scared. You know what I'm saying? So now you have to train your brain into doing things that you don't want to do or that you're scared to do. You know what I mean? Anything that I'm scared to do, I have to do it now so I can really get that out of me, right? So I can grow. And that's how you grow. Anything that you realize you're scared to do, go ahead and do it, man. You got to put yourself in uncomfortable positions. You got to get uncomfortable. You got to get comfortable being uncomfortable. And I can sit here and say that I have gotten comfortable with being uncomfortable because now I'm sitting here in front of this camera. I post on Instagram every day like it's nothing. You know what I mean? I share my thoughts, right? There's people who are inspired by me because I'm sharing my thoughts and sharing what I do. You know, when that I went to that Invest Fest conference by myself and did it by myself one time, I know I can go anywhere. Now what's next? You're going to keep growing. Now I'll go out the country by myself. You know, but those are the three things that you need to do to master the art of not caring what anybody thinks of you. I feel like I can talk about this due to the fact that I used to be somebody who used to be scared and frightened. If you ask anybody that I do know, if you are somebody who is watching this video who does know me or used to know me, right? You know that I was somebody who was very quiet, right? I was off to myself. I would talk to you if I was comfortable with you, but, you know, if I wasn't comfortable with you, I'm not really going to speak, and I'm also not going to go out of my way to speak. You know, now I'm at that point where, you know, I talk so much to the point where I feel like I talk too much, and I have to tell myself to shut up sometimes. And when I'm in that room, I'm more than likely the most confident person in that room, and I can say that confidently. You slowly become the person that you want to be when you're on this journey. I'm already who I wanted to be 5 years ago. I'm already who I wanted to be 2 years ago. I'm already who I want to be a year ago, right? So, and it's great to be able to look back and be like, dang, I'm doing it, you know? So I want you guys to be able to have that same opportunity and that same feeling because you guys could do it. Because the same way that I watched other people do it is the same way that you guys watched me do it. And, you know, just go back and look at my old videos, man. I got videos on here. I've been doing this for about 2 years now. You know, I haven't been as consistent as I wanted to be, but that doesn't matter, you know. Consistency is key. We're not going to sit here and say consistency doesn't matter. But the fact that, you know, basically, go back and look at the other videos, man. Like, comment, and subscribe, man. Follow me on all platforms. Official Go Getter _ on Instagram. Official Go Getter on TikTok. And share this video with somebody who needs to see it, man.